Welcome, everybody watching. Before I start, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video. By the way, my name is Tristan, and the reason that I created this channel is because, first of all, I felt called to do so, and also because I really love words. I'm a songwriter, and I love the power that words have. On here, we discuss one word on a daily basis and break down the effects of that word. Today's word is tension. All right, so let's look at the definition of tension. So there's the first one, which is the state of being stretched tight. So that could be in a physical sense. And then there's also an alternative definition, which is mental or emotional strain. So I'll be discussing both of these definitions, although I can tell that the second definition will have a lot more depth, but I could be wrong, so we'll see. All right, so let's see the state of being stretched tight. Now, this can happen after a heavy workout or after putting ourselves through intense physical stress. This always seems to happen when we work out after a long absence from the gym. We become really sore and we find a lot of tension in our bodies. We can also find tension when mentally we're getting close to a goal or on the verge of achieving something. It's like the closer we get, things seem to get harder. Just like if you're running 20 laps, those last 2 to 3 laps always seem more intense than when you started, and the tension just builds up. Is tension a good thing? If you ask me, I would say for the most part, yes. I mean, it all depends on the circumstance. It's definitely needed. Like, life is not smooth sailing. Every relationship we form over time will have some tension. Just like a workout, tension makes us stronger. If there is no tension in a relationship, then it's not a real relationship. Tension makes us aware of our limitations. Now, just like too much of anything, tension can be negative. Let's say you walk into work and every day you enter the building, you sense tension. That's a bad sign. Tension should be resolved, just like post-workout tension. Within a couple days, your body should feel better and even stronger than before. The same goes with our relationships. The tension that we experience should build our relationships, not destroy them. And if it does destroy them, then that means that they weren't very strong to begin with. I know I feel tension in my mind when I wake up, knowing that I have things on my to-do list that I really dread doing. But after finally checking off those to-do lists and doing the things that seemed impossible, it really feels amazing. If I had avoided that tension, I wouldn't have gotten any stronger, which means for another day, I would have stayed stagnant and gotten a little weaker, which is going backwards. And till this day, there are some things that I avoided doing at a point in my life because the tension seemed to be too much and it only made things harder in the long run. If you're out of shape right now and you put off the gym for another 8 months, it's going to be much harder than it would be if you started today. And this ties in with the second definition of tension: mental or emotional strain. So this can be the dark side of tension. Like, most times we bring unnecessary tension into our lives. We overthink, we worry, we stress, we get depressed. All of the things that go against the natural flow of life. We can be great at cooking, building, creating, but when we have a lot of tension, all these things, even the simple things, become really hard to do. It's hard to not have some tension, especially living in this world. There can be so much that is demanded of us. If we don't have a healthy coping practice, then tension can lead to destructive habits. What's the best way to deal with tension, that you might ask? First things first, look at what's causing the tension. Are you feeling tension because you're challenging yourself? Maybe you decided to quit a bad habit in the first few days / weeks, or you feel a lot of tension. From my experience, that's not a bad thing. This is when you need to give yourself some grace and recognize that what you're feeling is only you leveling up. Hence the saying, no pain, no gain. Or in this case, no tension, no pension. That one was a little corny. I made it up myself, so thank you. But again, that's one way to look at it. Maybe you're feeling tension because you're adding too much mental or emotional strain to yourself. this is when you have to take a step back and reassess some things. What are you so worried about? Is what you're worrying about really worth worrying about? And if it is, what steps can you take to find a resolution? If you cannot come to a resolution, then let it go to the best of your ability. And to be fair, this might take some time for some of us. I know I've had to work on letting things go that had absolutely no significance in my life. It's always easier said than done, but it has to be said. Our minds are way too valuable to be going through unnecessary tension. Pray about it. There's a lady on YouTube that I listen to. Her name is Prophetess Nikki G. And she says, if you're going to worry, pray. And if you're going to pray, don't worry. A lot of us carry too much baggage around. This is the tension. We pass it on to other people without even knowing. We all have our own problems. People really don't care about the things that we think are so significant. Our own egos can be the source of our tension, more so than the challenges that we're actually facing. We may be too concerned with how people will view us, or just overall worried about all the things that can go wrong. Ironically enough, I'm actually feeling tension as I write this. The tension to stay consistent. The tension to provide quality content. All self-imposed feelings. What I really need to do is just relax and flow with the rhythm. Just like writing and performing a song. The best songs come to you. They're not forced. As a listener, it's hard for us to get through a song if we sense that the artist is very tense. The same goes for dating. It's hard for a woman or a man to be comfortable with their partner if they're constantly tense. So ease up a bit. It's okay to be tense sometimes, but God gave us all the feelings for a reason. It's a survival instinct, but we shouldn't be feeling like this all the time. So, for today, I think that covers up everything. Tension, I'm sure I could keep going further, but overall, I'm sure you might get the gist of it. So, hopefully, you got something from this word. If you are feeling tension, maybe try some of the tips that I suggested. Again, tension can be a natural thing, but sometimes it can be self-imposed and destructive. So it's very important for us to moderate that and take care of it to the best of our abilities. So again, if this word hit your spirit, like and subscribe to the page. Comment as well if you feel inclined to. I would be more than happy to read and engage with your comments. So once more, today's word is tension. Okay. Again, it means a lot for your support. And I just want to say, have a blessed day and night wherever you are. Peace.